Alright. The harvest is basically done. So, let's see if there are any other contracts that we can do with this guy. And the answer is nope. So, we'll just go get this thing sent back. I think I'll just do a little bit of a job, create job, deliver, loading position. We loop him. We loop him to our house. Then he'll wait for us there and we can yeah, we loop him to our house and then he'll wait for us there. He'll go sell, wait for us at the house, and I can go cancel the job there. And thus I don't have to go pick him up from anywhere. And then we gotta go get well, I think that's basically it for December. We made a little bit of money. We did our various maintenances, I think. I'm pretty sure I picked up the wool, but it doesn't matter because everybody's full in processing and it's not like we're going to run out overnight anyway, I don't think. We'll check that in just a second. We just got to put this stuff away. Can't tell how close I am. Okay, I guess that's pretty close. And we end up outside. Although now that I'm doing nothing else, I might as well just complete this myself. And we still gotta pick up that contract payment. Luckily there's no time limit on the leasing for these contract leases. A 13. Not terrible. Yeah, this thing seems to pull even the heaviest loads without an issue, which is what I wanted, and I'm glad I bought it. It's November now. I think I can hit that thing a second time. Well, while we're sitting here, let's go collect these. And check one more time. Anything standing out massively? There's no extra money to be made. Oh, that's mine. Right. I thought that for some reason I thought that was leased equipment. Which means I have to go get... I have to go get my stuff set up. I have to put my stuff away. Your destination, sir, is right here. Honk at me, will ya? Right. Yeah, so I think it's into December. Although we've got weeds here. I don't recall... Huh. I wonder if I can still hoe them. I hope so. We probably... Oh, that was what I wanted to... I want to fertilize a second time on field 12. And probably weed it. Although... it's not necessarily gonna happen, but... it could definitely be an issue. I hope that thing folded that cultivator up. I suspect not. We'll get the weeder going, and then we'll go back and we'll get the fertilizing going, and yeah. Alright, let's look at our fertilizations here. Okay. So 19 does need one more coat, and 12 needs another coat. 11's too far along. Yeah, as I suspected, 12 doesn't have any weeds. But they both need fertilization. So we'll go put you on fertilizing that. And then we'll go sort out the class, whatever his issue is. Really? You're blocked by that? Jeez, man. I would refer back to episode 16, 15, and my rant about the game AI, but I cut that for too many obscenities. I couldn't figure out a way to slice it up that actually kept any sense, but didn't contain obscenities. Oh, this is going to need to be cultivated because we have a new planter. So we're just going to get you cultivating it. That's what we'll do. We've got a bunch of time before we can move to December because we got all this other work to do. This is getting cotton in February. But it already has its fertilizer, so it can't do, yeah, there's no point in fertilizing it again, is what I'm trying to say. So let's watch these guys work and come back when they're done. All right, we've seen to that stuff, the various maintenance things we need to do, fertilization and hoeing and field prep, as far as I know. So I wanted to talk about and plot about this area over here. I think we're going to keep it as a tree farming area. We got to get us a stump grinder though, because while lumberjack is great for small quick things, just getting a thing out of the way or a couple of stumps to put in a thing, I think going forward it's much more realistic to actually do these things properly. We still need to set up the class and pull all of these logs down, and I want to remove a lot of this stuff, not all of it, but a lot of it. And then hopefully soonish we will afford the large lumber mill, and we'll replace this one with the large one. I'm not happy, or not as happy, with the way the wood chips are handled in the large one. They come out in boxes and you've got to load them into a trailer in boxes, which seems like a serious pain, when here you just park a trailer on this thing and fill her up. It would be nice if it actually had some sort of wood chip storage and a spout and all of that stuff, but I guess we can't have everything. So yes, the plan going forward is to retain this as a lumber area and to continue doing things. We'll set up productions specifically the Cooper, probably. Assuming I can find it. Right. Carpentry to make furniture, a Cooper for barrels, and possibly even some other stuff. The rope maker is also takes wool and cotton and makes rope. So we'll probably want to do that one as well. I don't see a piano factory here, so maybe that's just a Zielonka thing. But you'd think the piano factory would cost more than the rest of these. So I'm suspecting it's just a Zielonka thing. But anyway, the other part of the plan is when we do buy this field here, I think it might be 33 or 31 something. Anyway, when we buy this guy, we are going to cut these notches off and square it up and use that area as make that area part of this wood operation. That's a lot of trees to get through. And I was also thinking about the difference between using the big old special animals forestry. There we go. Right. Using this John Deere has a max lift of 15 tons. Yeah, I wanted to check that. The rest of the thought doesn't need to go into it because our best lift with this color here is 3 tons. And that's just not as much. We'd have to cut these trees. I was cutting these trees into thirds, most of the big ones, previously in a previous playthrough, which was getting me within 6 tons, which is the limit of this winch. Man, I still really like the fact that this thing has a chainsaw mount. I'm not going to use it because I often need my chainsaw on me, but it's still cool that it's there. And maybe I just put a chainsaw on there just to be cool. I mean, they are only 1,000. So yeah, that's really like forward planning. That's the idea. Now there's a lot of money in here right now. Probably or possibly enough, and actually I can probably even just go see. Okay, there's 44,000 in long planks. 55, that's 90. And another 45 is 150-ish. Call it 150. We got 150 in here. Oh, that's max though. Current value. Better on the planks actually. And the beams. Current value is pretty high. We did that. And then we sold the silage and remade silage. We could actually, oh man, between the barley, the cloves, and the wood, we could definitely get the big sawmill and quite possibly the forwarder on top of it and get to work on all of these trees. We are waiting on that thing. I don't think there's anything around here that will let me cut all of these down automatically. I don't think there's a tool that can actually cut these things properly. But there is this whole deal. And we might as well cut a bunch of these down. We'll just come out and cut down a few of them every once in a while. Oops. Something I do want to do. Huh. I can't even see whether there's a tree in there. One thing I do want to do is yeah, say I'm going to put pine in here. I'm going to grow pine. I'm going to grow a lot of pine, which we're going to have to buy the tree. I have to buy the big old tree cutter as well. This guy. I've tried this guy and he only does pines well. And this guy as well is not. 120's good for some of these, but not a lot of them. And yeah, this guy's smaller than this guy. So anyway, we'll buy the Komatsu, or else maybe somebody will have gotten the Scorpion King back. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but it was the Komatsu's big old granddaddy. The Komatsu Plus Plus. Alright, so this is still going. But I think selling the long planks and the beams to the grain mill would be a good thing. We've got a lot of things to buy still. It's kind of crazy. But if we're gonna do, what are you doing? You're still working. You're still working. Okay, we're gonna go sell some of that wood. Maybe we can get the Cooper up immediately so that we have a place to put the planks. I'm really stoked that you can load a trailer from the boxes of the wood chips at least and not have to actually, you know, use a loader to put them on trailers, on flatbeds. You can just pull up next to them with the standard wood chip trailer and hit R and load them up. But maybe we can plug in, yeah, the Cooper would turn these planks into more money than the planks would be otherwise. Alright, we're just gonna load this the right way. Well, as right as I can get it. Alright, so we're going to sell at least the long planks, and if the short ones sell as well, then cool. Basically trying to just scratch up 300K for the Cooper or the carpentry. I don't know which one's better. I guess that's something I could quickly take a look at. If we look at, like, so barrels sell for 5K, bathtubs for 5K, buckets for less, or just straight up furniture for 5K. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think we'll just grab the Cooper ASAP, because the Cooper just takes... There's also the paper factory for just straight up wood. But a Cooper, okay, takes medium and long planks. So then the beams get sold. Because I don't think the beams belong to any... That was the Cooper, right? Yeah, planks and long planks, and then... Now the big sawmill, we can actually spit out frames as well. But then the carpentry could also take wood. But also just short planks. No. Well, we're just gonna sell it all, actually. $83,000. 83 grand. Well, that's getting us close. We'll go get those beams. And then we'll just be shipping beams. We can also load wood directly into the carpentry if we wanted. Which is even more impetus to cut that field off. And give us a drive-through. And when we do the pine, I'm going to either have to plant a big old tree, which I might do. Some big tall tree that can act as the anchor for the yarder. And we get it set up right, we can shove all the trees into a line and yard them right into the sawmill input. Once we're growing, this is several years down the road here. But once we're growing a bunch of big pine trees, we can run them, we can shove them down using the forwarder into a line that's under the yarder, and then we can yard them down directly into that input, as I was saying. So here's the question. Is it useful to do this in first person or not? Well, we do have that, and we do have the unfolding thing. But I can't really see my tines. Kind of a problem there. I would be able to like lean forward if I were... Okay, I couldn't pick up 4 of those before, so I think actually I'm better off external view. I don't think I want to drag that piece of wood with me. Although we do need to get the class down here and probably feed some more in. No. Okay, well that thing may end up, the way it's looking, may end up falling into the earth. Okay, I don't think we're going to quite hit 300, which is unfortunate because I wanted to hit 300. And I don't have a bucket or a conveyor, and I wouldn't really want to use a bucket. I'm not a masochist. On the silage, the conveyor would be a much better option. But I wouldn't do the conveyor the way you might think with the silage. I would get some get a silo that can hold silage. I know there's several modded ones that are designed for silage, and they are based on real silos, silage fermenting silos out here in the U.S. that you put raw grass in or corn or whatever, and it ferments in the silo standing up, and you can then just dispense it with the standard pipe right into a trailer. So, given that, I would install one of those. I might even just lose the bunker silos entirely and just put one of those in. Of course, we got to extract the silage we've already made, but that's not too huge a deal either. So we've got quite a few big plans rolling ahead of us. But we're good on the wood, we're good on everything else. I don't know if that other guy is done. I really kind of wanted to make some sort of advancement this episode. An equipment purchase or a building purchase. But I don't see how that's going to happen in the next 20 minutes or so with our current finances and things, unless I take a loan, which I just paid off some of my loan. I don't really feel like... I guess we could move to January, sell the barley, and get that going. You know, if I set the planks and long planks to distributing, they will distribute nowhere overnight. And then when I put the cooper in, after selling the barley, they will then immediately distribute to the cooper. And yeah, that will rock that. As far as installing the cooper goes, because the cooper will help fund the other thing. But yes, so we're gonna buy a conveyor and a silage silo of the stand-up kind next episode. This episode, I think, let's go check again on, what do you guys got? 600 liters. Yeah, everybody's. Let's go visit and just check. It's important to see. Wow, that puts me. What's up, sheep? How are you guys doing? Yeah, okay, as I thought. I did get it done. Something I haven't looked at is the spinnery's got, that one's got cotton and wool. And its wool is low. That one's got all wool, and it's still the same wool. And the Tailor is pretty much keeping up. And it looks like we've got 3K fabric in. Yeah, May is going to be a big month. We've got 9K fabric. I hope that's something classy, like striped tracksuits or something, shipping out to the Slavic countries. It's too bad we can't grow tobacco and produce cigarettes and stuff. I know they got to keep this thing suitable, but it would be cool if there was a reputable mod setup for that. Okay, so we're gonna swap to well, we gotta go see about our cultivation. Okay, good. That's done. As I expect is... I don't really want to drive on the field now that it's cultivated. I imagine our hoeing is done as well. Yes. Alright, so we're going to drive these guys back. And then move to December. Sell the barley. and pick up the Cooper. I'm not going to install the big sawmill until I have an actual corner cleared out. Instead of putting it in the middle of the thing. Because then it'll be a simple matter of pushing everything over to one particular position and then dragging it down eventually. You know, if you put your machinery into the machinery sheds when it's clean, then the machinery sheds stay relatively clean. If you put it in there when it's dirty, the machinery sheds get dirty. So we're not only keeping our machinery clean, but we're keeping our sheds cleaner as well. I expect we're going to need that thing sooner than we actually... than even planting, like, before February, because there are just so many cultivation contracts nearly all year round that we'll probably want the cultivator before we want the planter. So I don't think I blocked it in either way, but as far as ease of getting it out, and I think that parking them at an angle with an aisle down the center is the way to go with this kind of shed. Oh, that means we can sell the leveler and the roller too. And if you want to know if you got a machine truly clean, look for the little white marks along the bottoms of the windows, because those are kind of the last bit to go as far as the tractor goes anyway. Alright, time to go pack ourselves into this container and move on to December. Let's not leave this guy running overnight. Yep, I sleep in a plastic lawn chair. Alright, well, here we go. And it's morning. Alright. So the plan was to sell the barley. Or most of it. I'll sell 300 of it. So there is a wagon builder somewhere out here. But who knows where he is. I guess I could go look. But I don't know what he buys anyway. Does he buy just wood? What does the wagon builder buy? We should just have beams at the sawmill now. Where did I leave that trailer? Oh yeah, over here. Kind of a stupid place to put it, actually, when I don't want to drive on that field. I think we pull those tools out of there, or maybe we just park them along here, but either way, right there is not the best spot. might even get in the way of working the land too. Alright, so we got 6 trips on this, approximately. What's the best sell spot for our barley? Oh, no, it's January this barley. Man, I always forget about December, actually, when I talked about moving to December, but it's January this barley, which means, is there anything that needs any kind of maintenance? I don't think there is. I think we can just skip December entirely. I mean, maybe we could go put some wool into one of the spinneries, but no, the spinneries don't need wool. Yeah, we're all good. The sheep don't need food. The chickens. Alright, the chickens could handle a top off. And if I leave 30... Man. Alright, well that's that for that, huh? Unless we spend December doing a whole bunch more contracts, which I don't really foresee. Yeah, there's not a lot of contracts. Man, that plowing, though. That plowing does pay. But, do I want to spend 3 hours plowing? No. I actually don't want to spend 3 hours plowing. So we're not gonna spend 3 hours plowing. That's the answer to that. Which means it's just straight into January now. You know, last year it didn't snow. Alright. Now we can go do this. Now I'm wondering if I'm actually able to... Look at that, just nothing. Who's best for barley? I wonder if my guy will actually do barley or not. I do need to make him better lined up though. So, can we set up a nice, happy, proper load and delivered job? Pharma, barley, farmer's market, looping. And will you do it or not? Oh, you're gonna do the weird thing. Because you believe in doing it like this. Okay. Well, he thinks he's doing it, so we'll see. I'm going to take this into a montage, though, either way. Whether it's a helper doing it or me doing it. Although I could get it done faster if I hooked the class up to that other trailer and ran my own line as well. I'll probably do that. Alright, this is now looking at a decent amount of money. So we'll get this guy home and parked up. And then I think we'll buy the Cooper. I saw a video of somebody complaining about the carpentry and how it's not worth it. I don't know whether they were on drugs of some sort or whether it actually is not worth it. So I think that warrants a little more investigation before I install a carpentry. But I'm pretty sure the Cooper is well worth installing, and I'm gonna do that. I gotta think about where it goes though, because I'd kind of want it to go over closer to the woods, although that doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna be shipping anything to it. No, I'm not parking it on the back side here or on the side here. I'm gonna actually park it on the back side here. Of course, I've gotta be careful about hitting all of these electrical boxes. But this seems like a fine spot to park it. The trailer, anyway. The semi will go back in here. Alright. So if we go run out here, so it makes some sense to have all your wood stuff right next to the wood thing, but at the same time it doesn't actually matter too much. I would probably want to leave this line here, and I want to leave some opening here for being able to get into the village. And out here it'll be close to the grass, so I kind of want to keep that. One thing I do know, I am actually going to get rid of these bunker silos and go with a fermenting silo. So I'll sell that one off the top, and we'll worry about the rest later. Except whoa, that was almost funky. However, that is still going to be where we put that silo, I think. It would be a good spot for a Cooper, but then that's a whole bunch more work I have to do before I can install it. And I want to get it installed and working. Right, so if we cut this off into grass, and we buy this field eventually, and cut that off right here into grass, and then we turn this into more production village or cow barns. Cow barns would be a good thing for out here. We want, I think actually the Cooper will go we do want to be able to see. Okay, that is where we get our... That's where it puts the stuff. And we don't really need to worry about where we drop things off, because as long as it's accessible, because it's going to be, yeah, I think out there somewhere. As long as we can get in and out, I think that's pretty good. Let's toggle snapping on so it's nice and straight. And then just get ourselves kind of lined up here. Make sure we remain kind of good. Okay. That seems like a fine spot. And there it is. And then a little bit of painting. Be out to about here. All right. Let's go see our Cooper. All right. Let's turn all of this on. 24 cycles per month. 60 per month. Yeah, we're gonna activate all of these. Look at the sawmill's got a bunch of things for distribution, which if we roll, man, that's loud. All right, if we roll things forward an hour, those should distribute. And it should have supplies. And yes, it's got a whole bunch of supplies now. Nice. The wood beams are still storing. So let's go have a look. Ouch. That's loud too. Alright, and now we're rocking wood beams. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. So the first thing I'm going to do here is clean out this corner. So that we can put the big lumber mill over here somewhere. Then there's two options with buying this Field 10. Wasn't 30, it was 10. Option 1 is to cut it off here and give our field more, give our lumber area more space. And the other option is to cut it off down here and give field 10 more space. Because we do want to buy field 10. Not right this second, but soonish. In the meantime, we got to look at how much that thing was. 325. So maybe next episode we're going to buy that. We got to buy a tree planter. I got to paint this whole thing up with some sort of standard texture. I'll do that now. That'll be the final bit for this episode. Just standard forest ground. How big can we get? I don't really want to paint off, you know, the rocks will get painted off and then or maybe they won't. Cool. Yeah, we can get rid of all of this ugly, or most of this ugly stuff here. Alright, we're down to basically cuttable trees, I believe. Although that's, I don't know what happened there, but okay, we got it. Yeah, that's going to be much easier to deal with. Looks like we missed a little bit right there. If we can see where that is. There's probably other little missed bits around somewhere. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right, well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.